But this show is a real departure. It really is a departure. It's a sense of him really getting onto the skin of his subject matter.
This work can only come from Malaysia. There's something very Malaysian about these paintings, and at the same time they speak to all Malaysians.
And I feel very privileged that he's working with us, and he's one of our artists, and we've had it's been a privilege really.
Basically kind of negotiating my way through the kind of complex realities of living in a modern world, not necessarily just Malaysia, but living in a modern world. And we have a wonderful template here for complexity, complex realities. And I kind of think it's quite healthy, it's quite wonderful. You have to embrace it, I think, a little bit, and I think that's what I've done with this work. And a lot of the work actually shows a lot that is of a very middle class and comfortable. That's another thing I love about this show, that it begins to deconstruct the world of a middle class, safe, comfortable haven in which this artist was brought up. And a whole series of events, some political, some cultural, some social, some autobiographical and personal, that have made him look at his life very critically, and then deconstruct all of that and go out and search for the real life that is out there.
And I think what struck me when I saw Anu's work was how they force us to look at not only the work but also the artist behind it, and also to look at ourselves. And in many respects, it's Anu's work, particularly this body of work that has come out this time, is painful, but in the positive sense. Painful in the sense that there is, one evidently sees that there's a lot of labor into it. Labor in the sense of self-questioning, asking questions about who and what we are, Malaysians, as a nation, and how we've come to where we are today. And I like that. I find that honestly refreshing in the context of what's happening in Malaysia, because there is a need for such honest art that forces us to look at ourselves much closer.
It's the third installment in a group of exhibitions that have very much tried to explore the notion again. It's very autobiographical, so it's about how I fit, really. And this body of work, I've always been a painter and something else as well. I've done the whole curatorial path, and I've done the writing path as well as an art writer. But this is when I'm the bravest, I think, as an artist in my studio, completely quite unfettered by the boundaries of, and of course having been in the press, the whole idea of working within boundaries. And I think my work actually finds its strength in that, to say things that I want to say, but to always be conscious of Malaysians' favorite word, sensitivities, or being slightly conscious of that. Not to let it rule the work, but to be aware that whatever you say affects a large segment of people, who are all different. And that's why I love this work. I don't think it's Indian-centric, but I think you've got to paint what you know, or make what you know. You have to immerse yourself in the subject matter. And the autobiographical as a legitimate voice of history is what I'm trying to play with.
going to his studio and chatting to him has always been the highlight of what I do, and to see each and every work that he's making, to understand what has gone into it, to see the beginning of it, then the middle of it, and then the final product and the final piece that he's come up with, the development of the artist from beginning of the show to the end is overwhelming.
And I'm very happy to be here because of all the exhibitions I've seen this year. This has been the most powerful exhibition I've come across, that I've seen in Malaysia, and I'm very happy to say, without being patriotic, I'm very happy to say that Malaysia can still produce really good, critical, objective art like this, and that's what art is all about. That's what the artist is meant to do.
That is full of strident, kind of chest beating on so many things. I think this kind of approach, a very nuanced, a very intelligent, a very deeply felt approach to exploring the contradictions in our society is really, really remarkable.